podcasting's choice. From coast to coast, continent to continent, right here 24/7.
PNR.
Now entering the PNRNetworks arena, coming down the aisle from Revere, Massachusetts, weighing in at absolutely none of your business. It's the mistress of mayhem, the queen of quips. It's time for Ring Around the Rosie with your hostess, Kim Brown.
Hi guys, welcome to another week here on Ring Around the Rosie. I'm your host, Kim Brown, aka Platinum Rose Lady. Hoping you guys are having a good week as I'm recording this on August 22nd, 2018. It is a Wednesday. And as I said, I hope everybody's had a good week so far, and hopefully the week will continue to get better for you and me as well. So let's just jump right into things. Obviously we're going to be talking this week about Summerslam, which happened this past Sunday on the 19th at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. I will try and keep the New York slams to a minimum. Notice I said try. Sorry. Mentioned before, it's the whole New York, Boston thing, you know. It's just one of those things. The pre-show involved a match with Andrade, Cien Almas, and Zelina Vega, going in a mixed tag team match against Rusev and Lana, with Almas and Vega winning that match. Following that was the WWE Cruiserweight Champion Cedric Alexander going against his opponent, who's against, like, you know, what people sometimes disparagingly refer to as flippy shit, Drew Gulak. Cedric wound up winning and retaining his belt. The SummerSlam kickoff match was the B Team, the Raw Tag Team Champions of Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, who are really over, and I totally don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, it's not that they're not great athletes, because they are great athletes, but this whole B-team gimmick, I don't fucking get it. If somebody could please explain this gimmick to me and why it's over, PlatinumRoselle@yahoo.com, I'd love to hear the reason. Anyway, they were going against Dash and Dawson of the Revival, with the B team winning that match. I have to be honest, that one surprised me. So we had the introduction to SummerSlam by actor Terry Crews, which was really cool and awesome. He is a great guy, and I think he's fantastic. Kicking off the show with the bang with the Intercontinental match, which I was kind of like, okay, that's odd. We're going to do this now. With Seth Rollins going against the Intercontinental Champion Dolph Ziggler. Seth had in his corner the returning Dean Ambrose with short hair. I'm still trying to get used to the hair. Oh man. It's not that it looks bad. It doesn't look bad. Dean, you look great. You look fantastic. It's just your hair. Oh, dude, you cut your hair. I have a thing about long hair, okay? Blame it on growing up in the 80s and wanting to fuck every member of Poison. I don't know. Not that Dean's ever had hair that long, but I've always had a thing for guys with long hair. Anyway, Dolph Ziggler had in his corner, Drew McIntyre. Sorry. Not gonna keep doing the sheep joke. Okay. First of all, Seth Rollins. What the hell? I'm sorry. The outfit, I was like, okay, what are we going for here? I was just kind of like, I don't know what we're going for. Holy shit. I was like looking and I'm going something, penny dropped. Thanos. I'm like, good grief, the collar of his outfit was like Thanos, and the boot was the gold long legging boot combo. I'm going, this kind of like an Infinity Gauntlet kind of thing, or did Tony Stark not finish your outfit or whatever? I don't know. I mean, it was awesome. I mean, I completely popped like crazy for the outfit, but I was just kind of like, why is he, holy shit. It took me a little while. It was late in the day. I'd had a hard day. So great match, with Seth Rollins winning and defeating Dolph Ziggler and becoming the new Intercontinental Champion. So that started the night off good. Following that was a Renee Young interviewing the Bella Twins, who said they were there to see the match between women's champion Alexa Bliss and Ronda Rousey. Following that was the New Day, the team of Xavier Woods and Big E with Kofi Kingston in their corner, going against the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Bludgeon Brothers. And the New Day were winners by disqualification because the Bludgeon Brothers used those big-ass hammers that they carry to the ring. And no, they weren't using them for Thor cosplay, which I don't know why that cracks me up. I'm sorry. Anyway, moving forward, we had a match for the Battle of the Briefcase, or for the briefcase, I suppose would be a better way to put it, with Braun Strowman going against Kevin Owens. If Braun lost the match through any means, pinfall, submission, disqualification, countout, whatever, he would lose his Money in the Bank contract to Kevin Owens. This match was so short. I mean, it was almost a complete squash. I mean, Kevin had practically no offense at all. I was kind of like, shit, who did he piss off in the back? But Braun Strowman won very handily, and he got to keep his contract. Following that was a three-way dance between Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and SmackDown Women's Champion Carmella. And the winner of the match was Charlotte Flair. Charlotte winning because she pinned Becky, because you don't have to pin the champion in a triple threat match. Becky and Charlotte hug, and then Becky beats the living shit out of Charlotte while the audience enthusiastically pops for it. I'm like, New York. Stay classy. Although, I mean, to be perfectly honest, I was definitely of the opinion when Charlotte kind of pushed herself into this match, I was like, okay, this isn't going to end well, and I was right. The next match on the card was WWE Champion AJ Styles, SmackDown Champion, going against Samoa Joe in a match that we all knew was going to be ugly. We'll go with ugly. For those of us who thought the match was going to be ugly, I don't think we all thought it was going to get horse-fuckingly ugly, but boy, did we go there. The match was won by Samoa Joe by disqualification because he got on the mic, said some really inappropriate things to AJ's wife, who was holding AJ's daughter, and AJ went absolutely mental and almost beat Joe to death with a chair. Yeah, okay. First of all, Samoa Joe has no class whatsoever. Second of all, the whole idea of let's piss off somebody by insulting their family, that rarely works. Usually what that does is it lights a fire under the other person's ass and makes them want to cripple you. In this case, it basically did just that. Also, I would like to point out, I took some notes when I was watching the show, and as I was taking notes for the show, I had a little note listed that says, I fucking despise Corey Graves. Which is his job. I mean, he's a heel announcer, and I'm supposed to not like him, but holy shit, dude, you're very good at your job. I'll put it to you that way, because every time you talk, I just want to shove pencils into my ears. So there's that. The next match has been, built up and built up and built up with The Miz going against Daniel Bryan. And Daniel Bryan wound up losing because The Miz got a pair of brass knucks from his wife Maurice, who was ringside, and cheated his way into winning. And The Miz is a douche canoe, and Maurice is a bitch. So there's that. Corey brought up during the match that he identifies with The Miz. Most of the fans seem to identify with Daniel Bryan, and Corey brought up that he identifies with The Miz. So, and I can understand that, I can see that, since Corey and The Miz are both egotistical douche nozzles, there's that, so. And I have to say something, to Brian Sexton. Brian, I'd like to make an offer to you. If at some point Corey's inane jabs at you, dude, just fucking backhand him. Seriously, if Byron Saxton would just backhand Corey Graves, I would kiss him full on the mouth with tongue. So that offer stands. So the next match on the card was scheduled to be Finn Balor going against the Constable of Raw, aka Stephanie's biatch, Baron Corbin. We didn't quite get that. We got something actually just as awesome. Instead of Finn, we got the Demon with the best entrance of the whole night. The way they did the whole thing with the red swirling clouds above and everything. It was just, oh fuck, that was hot. That was so fucking hot. Finn came out in the demon makeup and the body paint and everything like that, and Baron Corbin looked like he was going to piss his pants. It was awesome. The demon wound up defeating Baron Corbin in a match that I was just basically sitting there through the entire match going, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Yeah, I'm a woman. I have needs. Don't judge. I'm sorry. Finn Balor is one of the sexiest men in the WWE right now. I do find it really interesting that all through the match, the announcing team referred to the Demon as simply the Demon, not the Demon King anymore. I'm just kind of wondering why they stopped that or dropped that or changed it or whatever. I was just like, that's odd. Okay, moving on. Following that, we had a segment with Daniel in the back getting some ice on his head, talking with his wife Bree. Next up on the card was the U.S. Championship match with the champion Shinsuke Nakamura going against Jeff Hardy, with Shinsuke winning. And after the match was over, Randy Orton came out to the ringside area. Well, he came out to the front and stood there on the entrance ramp and just stood there and then left. Okay. Why? I have no idea what purpose that served. I have no idea if it served a purpose other than the fact that, Randy Orton is a full-on creeper. I don't know. I really, honest to blog, don't know. I was just kind of like, Randy, do you have something you'd like to tell the rest of the class? No, you're just gonna turn around and walk off. Okay, fine. Fuck you. Get bent. The next matchup was the match for the Raw Women's Championship with Alexa Bliss going against Ronda Rousey. Alexa walking in as champion. And Ronda Rousey put on a clinic in how to dismember another human being on live TV, and it was now I don't want to use the word awesome because Ms. has tainted that. What word can we use here? Incredible, orgasmic. We can go with orgasmic because it's another match. I'm just sitting there going, oh God, oh yes. Ronda wound up winning by submission because Alexa wanted to keep her arm. I was kind of like, oh, Ronda, you're not going to tear it off and throw it into the fifth row? Okay, well, you won the match. That's the important thing. Speaking of moments where you're going, oh God. The final match of the evening was Brock Lesnar with the Universal Championship going against Roman Reigns. Now, I was sitting there going, the only thing that would make this night better for me would be Roman Reigns winning the belt, but I know that's not going to happen because Brock signed, there's all this talk that Brock signed a new contract, more money, blah, blah, blah. Well, apparently somebody decided to make my birthday come early, because, but the thing is, before the match even got going, out came, Braun Strowman with his, briefcase, but he said he wouldn't cash in, right after somebody won or lost or whoever won. And, this match went a lot quicker than I thought it was going to, too, and it also involved Brock Lesnar getting smashed in the face with a chair, and that was hilarious! I could watch that over and over and over again. Oh, no, wait, I did. So we wound up having Roman Reigns beat Brock Lesnar and win the Universal Championship, and that was fucking awesome. All in all, I have to say, I think that SummerSlam was a really good show. I enjoyed it quite a lot. A lot of some storylines got resolved. Some storylines are still getting carried forward. Some new storylines, have just started. Considering the fact that Extreme Rules the month before was an absolute suck fest, I thought SummerSlam was a vast improvement. Oh, I forgot to bring up the fact that during SummerSlam also, we almost got a concert from Elias, but his guitar broke. And I would like to say I didn't laugh at that because that sounds kind of cruel and like you're laughing at another person's pain. But it's Elias, so who cares because he's a pretentious douche. So, ha. That brings us to Monday night, which also came from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn for Raw. And we opened up Raw with the Universal Champion Roman Reigns. Oh, that feels so good to say that. Oh, that feels so good. And there were some of the Roman haters out there, but there were quite a few people that were cheering him on. And to the haters, you hate him because you ain't him. If you people would just admit, if you guys would just admit, the only reason you boo Roman Reigns is because you know that your women are thinking about him when you're in bed, so they can stay awake. So just, you hate him because you ain't him. It's all there is to it. So, Roman came out to the ring and said that he was going to be a fighting champion, unlike the last guy, which suits me just fine, and announced that he was going to be announcing who his first challenger was, and that was going to be the person that never actually lost the belt, Finn Balor. And Finn's all like, oh, fuck yes, I'm gonna do this. And then, of course, out comes fucking Baron Corbin to fucking ruin my evening by trying to, be all like, oh, well, last night wasn't supposed to be you, it was supposed to be you, and it was the demon, and whine, bitch, moan. Thankfully, out comes Kurt Angle, who's basically tells Baron Corbin, poof, be gone. And says that there's going to be a Universal match, and it's going to be tonight. And, oh, by the way, Baron, you've got to match yourself. So we had Bobby Lashley going against Baron Corbin, and Bobby Lashley thankfully beating Baron Corbin, because I was like, I just can't deal with this guy anymore, because he is a bitch, and it's just really annoying me. Speaking of bitches, we had the Riot Squad going against the team of Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Ember Moon. Okay. I'm like, are they friends again? I don't know. I'm not sure. And we wound up with Ruby Riott pinning Sasha Banks. Triple H came out to the ring to talk about the match that he's going to be having at the WWE Super Show, which is a big deal that they're going to be having a big card that they're going to have in Australia. And Triple H came out to talk about the match that he's going to have against The Undertaker. And basically, it was your usual Triple H. I'm Triple H, and I'm a big bad dude, and I can beat The Undertaker, and blah, blah, blah. And to which I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, let me get this straight. You want to knock on the door to hell and hope the devil doesn't answer? Dude. Just, dude. We had the next match of the evening was the return of Dean Ambrose to actually fighting on Raw instead of just being in Seth Rollins' corner, which was great because it was great to have him back. With Dean Ambrose taking on former Intercontinental Champion Dolph Ziggler. I do like saying that. That's kind of fun. I think I'm going to say it again. Former Intercontinental Champion Dolph Ziggler. Ooh, it just sounded so good the second time around. With Dean Ambrose getting the win in that match. Elias tried to have another concert because we can't have nice things, but was interrupted by Kurt Hawkins, who has a record of 218 losses in a row. Okay, and I don't, so he tried to make it, the one of 218, one win, but that didn't happen, and Elias wound up winning the match. The next match on the card was the Authors of Pain, Akam and Rezar, going against Titus Worldwide, the team of Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews with Dana Brooke in their corner. The match was won by the Authors of Pain. So that's not really that much of a surprise, I don't think. Stephanie McMahon had all of the lady wrestlers come down to the ring as she was talking about the fact that Alexa Bliss was defeated and is in a sling tonight. Pardon me while I go off somewhere and laugh maniacally for about 10 minutes. Anyway, and that Ronda Rousey is now the new women's champion. And then Stephanie proceeded to do what Stephanie does best and make the whole thing all about her. And Ronda Rousey, thankfully, wasn't having any of it. And when Stephanie tried to make it like, oh, Ronda can kick all your asses and all this stuff like that, and she's going to break everybody's arm and all this stuff, Ronda was basically like, no, I'm not. I'm just going to break the arms of the people who deserve it. And then proceeded to grab Stephanie and put her in an armbar. And I just realized I love Ronda Rousey so much. I mean, I have a total girl crush on Ronda Rousey, I admit it, and I'm also terrified of her. But it's just another one of those moments where I'm just like, yes, 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 yes. Oh, wait, no, she rolls out of the ring. Damn it. Take me right to the edge and then just leave me there. Following that up, we had Scott Dawson going against one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions in Bo Dallas, with Scott Dawson getting the win, which led to Curtis Axel challenging the other member of the Revival, Dash Wilder, who also won his match against Curtis Axel, so they can win against each person individually, but get them in a tag team and they lose, and I don't get it. And I also don't get why I'm supposed to care. I mean, maybe eventually I will care, but at the rate it's going, I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. And at the moment, and this became the next segment became the part of the show that I was like, oh, fuck off, this is going to suck. Kurt Angle has been actually doing a pretty good job as being general manager this evening. the whole thing with Baron Corbin earlier in the show when Paul Heyman came along and said that Brock wants his rematch now. Kurt Angle was basically like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. And not going to happen anytime in the immediate future anyway. But unfortunately, Baron Corbin decided that he was going to go bitch at Stephanie. And Stephanie, after getting attacked by Ronda Rousey, decided that Kurt needs to go on vacation. And now Baron Corbin is the acting general manager of Raw. You know what? It turns out you actually can vomit hard enough to almost see your own intestines push out of your mouth. When I heard that news, because, it's that, So now we're going to have a heel general manager who's going to do all the things to screw over the heels, screw over the faces, and, give everything to the heels, and this is going to suck. In case you didn't get the impression that I don't like it, I don't like it. Following that whole thing was the actual main event of the show, which was new Universal Champion Roman Reigns, and yes, I'm going to say that again, new Universal Champion Roman Reigns, haters can suck it, going against Finn Balor, not the demon, but Finn Balor is just as awesome, and the match wound up being won by Roman, but it was, a hard-fought match between the both of them, and it was, really an amazing match. The thing is, Braun Strowman showed up, saying that, he said that he was going to let the match actually happen and not get involved in the match, but it was, once it was done, after Finn got pinned after a spear. The thing is, the bell didn't ring, so I don't know if the match actually happened or not, but before it actually could go down, we start hearing something over the PA, the whole Sierra Hotel India, and Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins showed up wearing their Shield colors, and the Shield got back together again, and a triple powerbomb to Braun through the announce table. And the end of the show is the reunion of the Shield. I would like to say to whoever decided to program the end of the show so that we have the reunion of the Shield, it's not my birthday, but thanks anyway. My birthday's in November. Shop early, shop often. I just find it so unbelievably, isn't it ironic, don't you think? Kind of thing that these same people that were screaming at Roman, you still suck and this, that, and the other thing, all of a sudden he's back to being in the Shield, and all of a sudden these guys can't shoot their wad hard enough, being all like, oh, the Shield's awesome and all this stuff like that. You people are fucking hypocrites. And you assholes know who you are. And if you want to come at me, fucking come at me, bro, because I don't give a shit. I don't give a fucking shit anymore. So anyway, moving on to last evening, which was SmackDown coming from, again, the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. The show started off with, excuse me, The Miz and Maurice in the ring flapping their gums about the fact that they got one over on Daniel Bryan. When Daniel came out to the ring and Maurice decided to get up in his face. That brought out Brie Bella, and, Maurice, showing what a brave woman she was, left the ring and left her husband in there, and Brie punched him in the face several times, and then she and Daniel clotheslined him out of the ring. I have to go off and laugh maniacally again for about 20 minutes or so. Give me a sec. Anyway, before the whole thing ended, though, Brian brought up the fact that he had talked to Paige and that there's going to be a match between Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella going against The Miz and Maurice at Hell in a Cell. by this point, I'm like, I don't think sandblasting could get the smile off my face. And I'm pretty sure my eyes are gleaming with what could be safely referred to as a maniacal look. Of course, my own dear sweet mother says that on occasions I have a diabolical smile. So, isn't that lovely? Your own dear sweet mother says something like that. Anyway, moving on with the show, the Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton match that was supposed to happen turned into a big fracas, which is really no surprise, ending up with Orton being on the receiving end of a swanton bomb, and it was actually a match that never actually, it was a no contest because they were just fighting all over the place and no one's giving a shit about the rules or listening to the referee or anything else. After that, we had the Iconics shooting off their mouths about Brooklyn and shooting off their mouths about Peyton Royce's opponent, Naomi. I'm sorry, Peyton and Billy, you guys are from Australia, and you're going to complain about Brooklyn? At least in Brooklyn, they don't have poisonous animals every 5 feet. Like they do in Australia. Poisonous, vicious, venomous, nasty animals. And, actually I'm talking about you two, but anyway. Unfortunately, the match was won by Peyton Royce defeating Naomi, which sucked. Becky Lynch came out to explain her actions and basically went through the whole, you people don't believe in me and you people weren't there for me and it's all your fault that I, beat up my friend and all this stuff like that and, blah, 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 blah. To which my response is, fuck off. You didn't hear all those people screaming their heads off the night before, Sunday night when you, clobbered Charlotte? But it's our fault? Screw you. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. So, Charlotte came down to the ring and it turned into a big old fight between the two of them with referees and other lady wrestlers, female wrestlers getting in there trying to pull them apart. It was a mess. This is going to be an ugly feud, and by ugly I do mean amazing. And before anybody sends me hate mail or shit, whatever, I'm talking about Becky Lynch, the competitor, the on-camera personality. I don't mean Becky Lynch, the person. I'm sure Becky's a lovely lady. From what I've seen of her on videos and things, people who've presented her with gifts and, talking about her love of Pearl Jam and stuff like that. I do have to say Becky seems like off camera she's a really cool person, and so just wanted to say that, so get that out there. We got a rematch from SummerSlam, actually, but on the actual show this time, with Rusev and Lana going against Andrade, Cien Almas, and Zelina Vega. The whole thing turned into a big old mess with Aiden English getting involved. Excuse me, but at the end of things, Rusev got Cien in the accolade, and Almas tapped out. I would have preferred it if Rusev had got Vega in the accolade and waited until she tapped out and then cracked her back, but that's just because I don't like her. And people I don't like, I usually wish terrible fates on. It's a bad habit, I admit it. After what was, without a doubt, one of the nastiest fights at SummerSlam, with AJ Styles going against Samoa Joe and Samoa Joe saying some stuff that was really heinous, totally low class, and exceedingly not cool. AJ was not in a good place with the whole trying to come out and talk about what happened, until Joe, being the opportunistic, backstabbing asshole that he is, grabbed AJ from behind and wrapped him in the coquina clutch. and then started insulting and basically threatening AJ's family. Dude, seek help. You need somebody to pray for you, man. Seriously. The main event of the evening was a no disqualification match with the New Day going against the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Bludgeon Brothers, for the SmackDown belts. The people involved in the match were Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods going against Harper and Rowan in a match that, it's a no disqualification match, so there's going to be fucking everything and the kitchen sink involved, although there wasn't a kitchen sink, but there were ladders and chairs and, other assorted various and sundry, plunder, to quote the late great Dusty Rhodes, plunder. You never hear that word anymore. It's such a rare word to hear nowadays. And amazingly enough, the New Day wound up winning. I was like, they're going to get killed again, aren't they? No, they're not. With the New Day winning the match and becoming tag team champions once again, I think part of that was the fact that, I believe it's Harper was injured and has to have some surgery. So that is obviously not a good thing. We don't want anyone to get injured for real. That's definitely not a good outcome. But it is kind of amazing. That means that I think this makes the New Day's 5th reign as tag team champions. I think I might be right about that. I'm not sure. Although I do have to bring up the whole, I keep bringing it. I'm not sure if I said Harper or Rowan. If I didn't, I'm sorry. It was Eric Rowan that was hurt. He has a torn right bicep, and that's got to really suck. So I'm assuming that's why they had to drop the belt so he could go have surgery. And, best of luck to him, and hopefully he'll recover soon and come back and be all scary and beardy in the ring. Beardy. I'm sorry. I really don't get the fact that you've got between Harper and Rowan and Sanity, the other team that's got people that have like out of control beards. All these people look like a bunch of preppers. They look like all those people that live out in the woods, like in the middle of the woods, and they're all waiting for the world to end. It's like they look like those people, and they're fucking scary. I mean, I'm sorry. I realize that sounds like a total girl thing, like, ew, they're scary. But they are. They're really fucking scary looking. But anyway. So, I think coming off of SmackDown, both Raw and, coming off of Summerslam, sorry, bleh, my tongue got all tangled. Coming off of SummerSlam, I think Raw and SmackDown both had very strong shows. They both told compelling stories. I have to give it to Raw this week, more because of the reunion of The Shield. Yay! So that's what's going on so far this week, and I hope you guys enjoyed my rundown or recap or however you want to word it. I would love to hear from you guys. I'd love to hear from anybody that listens to the show and what your opinion on it. PlatinumRoselle@yahoo.com. If you'd like to be involved or listen to the other shows that are part of our family, we have Subject Cinema and Front Row 5 and 10, 3 Minute Weekend, and Tuesday Digidex, which are TC's solo shows that he does about movies, upcoming movies and things, or out, movies that are out this week. Catastrophe Vortex is another one of his shows. I also have Platinum Rose's Garden, which is my supernatural podcast. We also have Cavebabble from Eric and Valerie Lyons, some awesome people that have a great podcast. You can check out another friend of ours on YouTube, Aunt B's Nerd Grotto. Definitely give him a look. He's a great guy. And if you'd like to listen to something of a dramatic bent, you can listen to all of us together. We all worked on Manhattan Hammerdown as it happened. Really great dramatic reading, and it was a lot of fun to do, and I hope you'll check that out as well. And I hope that everybody has a great rest of your week. Stay safe and have fun. And this is Kim Brown, aka Platinum Rose Lady, signing off for another week here on Ring Around the Rosie. See you around, guys. Bye.
You have been listening to Ring Around the Rosie with Kim Brown, a production of PNR.Networks. Keep in touch with all things about the show at http://ringaroundtherosie.net. Ring Around the Rosie intro performed by Eric Lyon. Ring Around the Rosie theme by Digital Juice. Join Kim for a new Ring Around the Rosie every Wednesday. Ring Around the Rosie is copyright 2018 PNR Networks, Boston, Massachusetts, USA.
Podcasting's choice. From coast to coast, continent to continent, right here 24/7.
PNR.